Urban Therapy with Sunshine 752, and this your daily go getimism number 772 for November 13th, 2016. Alright, I have a couple of things I want to talk to y'all about tonight. One of them is fresh on my mind, so I kind of want to get it off my chest, and I'm going to do it in the form of a statement that's sort of like a question, and then we're going to go to our regularly scheduled program of the radio show that we did this morning. Alright, what I want to talk to y'all about first of all is, all right, if you want to see white people go crazy, if you want to see them get really, really upset, all you have to do is start talking about taking away their Second Amendment rights, their right to bear arms. Start talking about taking away their guns, and they will go crazy. They'll lose their mind. They'll start protesting. They'll start buying up as many guns as possible. They'll just go hog wild. They won't vote for a candidate. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you ain't taking away our guns. And probably the reason that they feel that way is because if you take away their guns, number one, you're taking away their constitutional rights. And they get a little funny about their constitutional rights. That's number one. Number two, they don't want anybody taking away their ability to be able to protect whatever they've worked for and to be able to protect their family. I mean, it's kind of understandable. I mean, it gets extreme with them because nobody ever threatens to take away their guns. But the propaganda campaign makes them feel like they're going to take away their guns and they ain't having it. So that's what they get upset about. Now with black people, unfortunately, you want to see black people get really crazy, you want to see them start going off and everything, you threaten to take away welfare. You start talking about taking away welfare and black people start losing their mind. Like, oh my God, no, I mean, people who ain't even on welfare be like, no, we can't have that. We can't have that. People going to be, I mean, it's going to be crime in the streets. People going to be sticking up people. People going to be killing people. Killing people because of welfare? But that's how I've heard it said. I'm not even just talking about anything I've seen on TV, whatever. I'm talking about this is real life experience. I've heard people say, yo, if they cut off the food stamps, if they cut off the welfare, if they cut off the check or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be crime rampant in the street. Drugs and violence is going to be out of control. And I'm like, damn, over welfare? Damn. Now, the real problem I have with that is this. When you start talking about taking away somebody's guns, you're talking about them wanting to protect what they have worked for. When you start talking about somebody trying to protect welfare, you're talking about somebody's ability to keep somebody taking care of them. That's not something that you've worked for, So I kind of take issue with that. And here's the crazy part about it. There are way more white people on welfare than there are black people. Way more. Way more. So why don't they get upset when you start talking about taking away the welfare? Why aren't they the face of people like going crazy when you start talking about taking away welfare? I'll tell you what I suspect. I suspect because they know it ain't going nowhere. I don't think that they think it's going away for a second. I don't know if their social workers are telling them something different than black people social workers are telling them. Because every time I turn around, black people that I know who do benefit from the welfare system are constantly worried about getting kicked off. Constantly. They're constantly being threatened to have their food stamps cut. I've seen them get cut. Cut off, cut down, whatever. You know what I mean? So, if white people aren't getting upset about something that benefits them more than it does us, or should I say benefits more of them than it does us, then that makes me think that maybe, just maybe, ain't nothing going on. They know it ain't going nowhere. And one of the real reasons that it's not going anywhere is because it generates money. People have to stop thinking that our tax dollars pay for welfare, because it doesn't. A very small percentage of our tax dollars pay for welfare. The system almost pays for itself. And if it didn't pay for itself, then it wouldn't exist. Government programs don't exist unless they make money. None of them. Not one of them. Not half of one of them. Not 1/4 of them. They don't play that. Everything in government and politics is about money. So if the program exists, then it makes money. A lot of money. And palms are being greased all over the place. So we need to understand that. And until we understand that, we're going to have problems. Big, major problems. I guess that's all I really wanted to say about that. But I wanted to get that off my chest. And I wanted y'all to think about that. Being upset about your ability to protect yourself and protect what you've worked for versus being upset about your ability to get somebody else to take care of you. That welfare shit is enslavement, y'all. I know y'all don't like to hear that. I know y'all don't like to believe it. My people don't like to believe that shit. But somebody feeding you, clothing you, giving you a stipend, and taking care of you in the hospital is slavery. Because they're taking away your ability to be self-sufficient. And I don't care if you a hustler on the side of you getting your welfare check. I'm telling you, that means that all that means is that you practice slavery on the side. That's what it means. You break them chains. See, if you break them chains of that welfare slavery, then somebody like Donald Trump getting elected the president ain't gonna scare you because it don't affect you. Well, the government ain't giving me shit, no way. Care about know who the president is. Fuck you, president. What you gonna do? I take care of me, not you. Alright. So this morning, we was talking about ironing out your differences. Ironing out your differences. There comes a time in our lives when we have to iron out our differences, y'all. We just gotta do it. You know, we be mad at somebody. I mean, really be upset with them and all of that. But it's nothing worse than being in a crib brooding over somebody that you're upset with and you are not speaking to them or not feeling like you should confront them or whatever. So you be at the crib like this. This motherfucker, man. I don't even, you know what? I might have to call out of work tomorrow because if this motherfucker say something to me, tomorrow I might not have a job to go to. That's when you know you're in trouble deep. That's when you know that you're in trouble deep. And so, here's the thing about a job, man. You know, being upset with somebody on a job, feeling like you can't work with somebody on a job. Here's the thing. You know, you have to remember what you got a job for in the first place. You didn't get no job so you could hang out with people, you know, create a new happy hour environment. You know, after work happy hour, yeah, we gonna go turn up. That's not what you filled out an application for, sent in your resume and cover letter for. That's not what you was thinking. You was thinking, listen, I need to get this job so I can put some money in my pocket, put a roof over my head, clothes on my back, shoes on my feet, food on the table, the ability to take care of my family and be all right. That's what you went to go get a job for. You ain't go there for nothing else. But somewhere along the line, for some of us, we confuse the issue. And now we want to work with people that we have a love affair with. We even want to find love on the job. You know what I mean? You go to the job and get a boyfriend or a girlfriend, potential husband or wife. All right, it sounds all nice and all of that shit, but that's not what you filled out the application and submitted your resume and cover letter for. That's not what you went there for. You went there to get this dough. So why not focus on the money? So if you're going to focus on the money, when talking about dealing with somebody at your job that's hard for you to deal with, it makes sense that you should iron out your differences. That way you can be more effective at the job and get the hell on up out of there. You know what I mean? Feel better about yourself. You know, practice a little bit of peace in your life. You don't want to go to work and be all stressed out, come home, be all stressed out. Because we have to iron out our differences with people at home too. You know, you can love somebody and still not understand shit about them. I mean, as silly as that sounds, it's true. So, it's a better situation when you resolve to iron out your differences with somebody. You know, talk it out, communicate, agree to disagree. And we have to stop overusing that term, agree to disagree. Agreeing to disagree doesn't mean that I don't feel how you feel and you don't feel how I feel. So, well, you know what I mean, fuck you. Because that's what some people think agreeing to disagree is. Like, well, we don't see eye to eye. That's it. He a nut. He's stupid. Agreeing to disagree means that, listen, I don't have to feel the way you feel, and you don't have to feel the way I feel. But aside from these little differences that we have, you alright with me. I think you alright. I think you cool, and I'm still down to work with you. I still love you. I still like you. I still feel, good about you as a person when somebody brings up your name. That's what agreeing to disagree is. You know what I mean? We have to start putting things in a more proper context, man. But just for our own psyche, and sometimes for our professional psyche, we have to iron out our differences. We have to find a way to coexist. Man and woman. Hey, the more peace you can enter into your life, the better things become for you. The more you push peace out of your life, the harder life becomes for you, because you all stressed out and all of that, and that ain't cool. It ain't. So please do your best to try to iron out your differences with somebody, and it don't hurt. Don't let your pride and your ego get in the way, because a lot of times we let that rule the day, and that ain't a real good way to be. But we make excuses for that dumb shit. But let's stop doing that. Just for the day, practice. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember. See, I ain't even gonna bring up the part that I was talking about in the beginning with the whole welfare versus the guns thing and all of that. I ain't even gonna talk about that. But ironing out your differences, that's something that we all have to learn how to do. If we don't learn how to do it when we're children, it's going to be very hard for us to do as adults. So as adults and parents, I think that you should teach your children how to communicate on a level to whereas they will be able to iron out their differences with other children, and they can get that practice in them. Because once you start teaching children how to act on their emotions strictly and on their ego and their pride, then they're going to have a real tough road. That's when you get children that don't know how to share, don't know how to compromise, don't know how to communicate very well. And then they become brats, and they become like really, really selfish, and they feel justified in their entitlement ways of feeling. We don't want that. We don't need that. You know what I'm saying? All right. The Daily Go Getimism show is every single day, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Call in number 319-527-6199. 319-527-6199. You can listen online. blogtalkradio.com/Sun752. Peace.